right, so we are on another example. And this one, I want you to pause it, see if you can try to solve it yourself. Remember, we have two new methods that we can use that makes it a little faster for us to solve our problem. So on this one, you can use the original amount, whatever that amount is. Let me change that. You're going to use the original amount, whatever the discount is that they give us. And then when you subtract that from the original amount, you should come out with your sell price. If you choose to leave it as a percent, so let me put a note over here. This is for percents. If you choose to leave it as a percent, then you can use this formula. And if you want to convert it into a decimal, then you can use this formula. So we have two different formulas that we can use. If you are still using the ratio reasoning, meaning that we have the two ratios like this, and that part to whole comparison with the number on the left hand side and your percent on the right hand side, you can still do it that way, but I think it's just going to take us a little bit more time. So I would like for you to try to start transitioning here as we start moving into an easier method to solve the problem. So pause the video. Well, first, let me read off the story. So a restaurant decreased their prices for a day to their prices from 1964. A pizza that usually sells for $15.40 was marked down 85%. What was the price of the pizza in 1964? Use any strategy. So remember, we have quite a few strategies that we can use. Use the one that seems to work for you. Pause it, and then when you're finished, come on back and see if you got the answer right. All right. So let's see what we got. So the original amount that we're talking about was $15.40. Okay. So this is the current price of the pizza. And then they're marking it down 85%. So our discount percentage is going to be 85%. And then we need to find out what that dollar amount is because once we know the dollar amount, we can subtract it from our current price, and that will tell us what the sale price was in 1964. So let's see which method we're going to start off with. Let's start with method number one. We could take $15.40, multiply it by your discount amount, which is 85, and then you're going to divide that by 100. Okay. If you get your calculator, plug that in. 1540, 15.4 times 85. You come out with 1,309. And then you're going to divide that by 100. So remember, under base 10, when you're dividing, each time that you move your decimal, you're actually dividing by 10. So that's dividing by 10, dividing by another 10, that's 100, right? So it's going to end up being $13.09. Okay. And if we want to take a little extra time, we can. We see that it is $13.09. All right. So now what we need to do is subtract that from your total price. So $15.40 minus the discount of $13.09. And so we have 1540 minus 1309 gives me $2.31. So this tells me that pizza back in 1964 was $2.31. Ooh, that looks horrible. All right, let's try it the other way using my preferred method, which is convert your percent. So I know that I'm going to divide by 10, divide by another 10, that makes it 0.85. So 85% is the same thing as 85, right? Because I divided by 10 and divide by another 10. So now my decimal is there. Okay. So under method two, what you're going to do is take the original amount, so $15.40, multiply that by 0.85. When we do that, we should come out with $13.09, which is what we had here. And then you're going to do the same thing you did before. So take the $15.40, subtract out the $13.09, and you end up with $2.31. So this is method one. This is method two.